Hi again, guys, in YouTube land. This is Terry again from Aussie Diamond Painters, and I've got another drill with me. I forgot to turn my light pad on. There we go. 3 10s. I've also got this tag that I'm still doing. Makes the 3 10s easier to do, I think. I'm doing the tag as well as the 3 10. I think I'm the 3 10 mama at the moment, but anyway, we'll see how we go. I'll just do this line and then I'll start the tag. Just get into the swing of putting the 3 10s in. What's been happening on my end? Well, nothing much really. The kids are away, so I'm having a ball. I can clean. I've set a lot upstairs. I've set my ironing up upstairs, so I'm doing a bit of that in between diamond painting, and I'm cleaning up there because they're not there. So I can get the whole place clean. I haven't done this room, my bedroom, or my bathroom yet, but I'll do that when they come back. Concentrate on their rooms. They're not very good cleaners. And I don't know why, because Beck's seen me clean enough. It's one of those jobs that doesn't matter how many times you do it, you've still got to do a million more times. The cleaning fairies certainly don't come in to do it for you. I wish they would. My mother had really bad dermatitis for about 5 years, and I mean really bad on her hands. She had 3 babies in 3 years, so she always had her hands in water. Back in those days it was, you know, washing nappies and soaking them and all that sort of thing. They didn't, disposable nappies weren't even a twinkle in somebody's eye when I was a baby. So just soaking the nappies and washing the nappies and turning the nappies over. And she had quite a few to do. Anyway, she got really bad dermatitis there at one point, and couldn't do housework with cleaners and water and that sort of thing to try and get it a little bit under control. So we had a cleaning lady that used to come in, I think it was twice a week, a half a day twice a week, because we were little kids, so we weren't that clean. And she used to come and clean and help Mum with the washing and that sort of thing. That was a funny noise just upstairs. Oh well, I know I'm here on my own, so yeah. So we had a cleaning lady come in a couple of times a week. I wish I could afford that. That would be so nice, having somebody come in and do it all. But when I'm multi-millionaire, as one of the questions from the last paint with me was about, what would I do if I became a multi-millionaire? I forgot about a cleaner. That'd be nice. Come in once a week, go through the place, send my ironing out. I always seem to have ironing. I know a lot of people don't iron anymore, but I have to wear suits to work, so so it's the shirt, you know, cotton shirts and that sort of thing that don't iron by themselves, and they look awful if they aren't ironed. So it's one task I hate doing, but it always seems to be there, like cleaning. Where are we up to? If you could choose, if you could live forever, would you rather stay one age forever or get older? Oh, certainly not older. As I get older, it's harder to move around, and everything gets older. So probably like to stay about 45, so you have the life knowledge and a stable job if you're that way inclined, and you know, you have life knowledge, so you can impart that to your kids and things like that. And not that they take much notice, but yeah, probably about 40, 45, something like that. I wouldn't want to get older. So after I turned 50, when a lot of things started happening for me, so if I stay under 50, I would be happy. I need some more sticky on my drill. On my pen, I mean. Take that out. Oh yeah, this is what I was going to show you too. This is my junk jar, so to speak. Anything from this painting is in here for junk jewels. I have one full drill in there that had a hole in it, but the rest are just bits of plastic that I've gotten out of the tray and put in here. So there's only one full drill that I've put in there for my junk, and the rest is just bits of plastic. So that's doing pretty good. I'll go over here and get my tacker, if I can get it to pick up. Oops, might use this one. I bought one of those. I don't have any diamond dots. They're too expensive over here. They're like the medium one, $70, I think it was. So the diamond dots are just too expensive over here, but they had those accessory packs, so I got one of them for $9, and I had a couple of these in it. So I've got one in my travelling pencil case and one that I use all the time. And I've just got my travelling pencil case because when you see this video, I'm probably on the cruise. So just figured out how to schedule videos. So I'm just making a couple of drill with me so you don't miss me too much while I'm away. I know some people will be in tears, but can't be helped. Got to have holidays. Anyway, that's a bit of a joke. If you could pick one, would you rather have infinite money or unending love? Unending love. Somebody there for you. Most definitely. I'm not a very materialistic person. I don't really care where I live, as long as it's, you know, when I start looking, as long as it's got 2 bedrooms and a bathroom and a roof over my head and a laundry, I will be quite happy. It doesn't have to be flash, and it certainly won't be expensive, so probably won't look the best, but as long as I can live there, get to work from wherever I live. I'm at work most of the time or asleep, so it doesn't really matter to me. But going back to the question, I don't know how I got away from it actually. Yeah, infinite love, I think, would be my choice. If you could just save just one, would you rather save humanity or the earth? Oh my goodness. Humanity or the earth? Probably the earth, because it's probably humans that's making you make that sort of decision anyway, with the wars and that sort of thing. So yeah, I would probably say the earth. When did you suffer your first heartbreak? When I was 18. I was seeing, well, not actually seeing, he was a really good friend, and he died in a car accident, and yeah, that really broke my heart. I think about him often, and it's a long time ago now, but I do think about him often and wonder what he would be up to now if he was still alive. He was killed, and his brother is now blind and has some brain damage. I think he lives around here somewhere, the brother. He wouldn't remember me apparently, so I suppose I should one day stop and talk to him, but I never have. He walks around my suburb quite often, probably just to get out of the house, but he knows his suburb. He was brought up in this suburb the same as I was, so he knows from, you know, years of walking around the place where he is and where he has to go to get home. But yeah, that was my first heartbreak. We were very good friends. We had places called, it used to be Police Citizens Boys Clubs, but now it's called Police Citizen Youth Club, where the police run them. And back when I used to go, it was just for everyone, but now I think it's for you know, trying to keep youth out of trouble and that sort of thing. But yeah, we used to go there and play table tennis and judo, things like that there. And John and I used to meet there, I think twice a week it was. One for judo, one for table tennis. And my dad used to drive me. He was just a really good friend. And then when I started work, we used to have lunch nearly every day. He worked almost across the road from where I worked, so we used to make plans. We used to travel to work sometimes if I wasn't running late, and we make plans because there was no mobile phones in those days. You know, what time we'd have lunch, and we both knew if we didn't show up it was because you know, work got in the way, and we couldn't meet up, but we just used to meet up under one of the buildings and have our lunch and have a chat. Yeah, anyway. But yeah, I do think of him from time to time. When was the first time you were on a plane? Probably when I lived in the country. I lived in the country with my first husband for 15 years. Or around about 15 years, probably 13 years. Lived in a place called Tamworth, which is the country music capital of Australia, so they call it. Probably where I got my fondness for country music. And flying back to Sydney to see my parents and things like that. It's probably my first experience on a plane. So I was married, so I think, and we moved up there within 12 months of getting married, so I was probably 22, 23 when I first got on a plane. When was the last time you cried? Well, I do have depression, and I had a really bad day the other day. I've had a bad few weeks actually, but one in particular. My type of depression is, I'm not suicidal at all. Mine is I just cry, and there's really no reason for the crying. I just start and can't stop. When I first got it, I cried for 3 days straight, and Beck was just beside herself. She ended up ringing my parents, and my parents took me to the doctor and couldn't understand why I was crying all the time. And, yeah, that was 3 years ago, 4 years ago. But yeah, the other day I have a bad day every now and then. I just started and couldn't stop. Wasn't howling. It was just, you know, tears running down my face and not being able to stop them. It usually happens for a day, and I just hide in my bedroom, so Beck really doesn't know what's going on. And yeah. Next page. When was the last time you got into a fist fight? Well, I never have, so never. When was the last time you pushed yourself to your physical limits? It was probably on a bushwalk. A little bit later on, like February, March, April, when it gets a bit cooler here. And I went for a bushwalk, and I got myself lost, which is very unusual for me. I'm usually pretty good. Invisible drills again. Yeah, I'm usually pretty good when I'm bushwalking. Get me in a building and I have no idea where I am. But in the outdoors I'm fine with my sense of direction and everything. My mind was probably on something else, and I got lost, and it was a couple of hours I was lost, and I was walking pretty hard and, you know, jogging pretty hard and climbing up huge mountains and things like that until I found where I was. And when I got there, I just collapsed on the ground. I was happy to be back in civilization again. But, yeah. How often do you doodle? What do your doodles look like? I don't doodle very often. It's usually when I'm on the phone or really thinking hard at work. And the doodles are nothing really, they're just squiggles and lines, because I can't draw anything. It's one thing I wish I could do. But yeah, it just looked like squiggles and lines and that sort of thing. Is anyone in your family in the army? No, no one. My sister was a policewoman, which is what I wanted to do. She had the height. She was 5'6.5", and you had to be 5'6". I think it was 5'6". At the time, there's no height restrictions now, but there was then. My sister didn't know what she wanted to do, so she went into the police force, and that's something that I always wanted to do, and I couldn't because I was too short, or too vertically challenged, as I like to say. So which came first, the chicken or the egg? Why? Oh God, I don't know. That's a never-ending question, isn't it? Chicken or the egg? Well, the egg had to come from somewhere, I suppose. So probably the chicken. I don't know. One of those questions that can go round and round in circles. Do you see the glass as half empty or half full? Half full. I always like to look on the positive side of things and the positive side of people. So yeah, I'd say half full. Pick one, a comedy movie or a horror movie. Oh, a comedy movie. Horror movies give me nightmares. Excuse me. So I like the comedy. Pick one, cats or dogs. Dogs. But I think it's cruel to have a dog in a unit, unless it's like a toy poodle or something like that, because I know I wouldn't take it for a walk every day, and so to me that part of it would be cruel. If you take your dogs for a walk every day, it's not cruel, unless of course it's like a toy poodle or something like that, because they don't need much room. But you know, anything past a medium or a large, you know, medium dog, and large dogs need to be walked, I think, even if it's only for 10 or 15 minutes, just to, you know, get out and have a bit of a stretch and a bit of a fast walk or a bit of a run if they can. Yeah, I don't think it's very nice to keep a large dog in a unit if you don't exercise it a little bit. Pick one, chatting or phone call. I like face-to-face chatting, although I can be more open over the phone, like I am with these YouTube videos. I'm more open on these than I am in real life. Pick one, cheat or be cheated on. Ugh. I don't, to my knowledge, I've never been cheated on. So if I have no idea. But I think that would, I wouldn't want to do either. I really wouldn't. But if I had to pick, I wouldn't. To me, cheating is either emotional or physically is pretty bad. It's not something that I would want to live through, and cheating on somebody else, I just couldn't live with myself, I don't think. I'm certainly not that type of person. I can flirt. I mean, people flirt, but actually cheating is, well and truly across the line. Chicken or beef? Chicken. Love chicken anyway, anyhow, except extremely spicy. Chicken is one of my favourite proteins. I mean, I crave meat every now and then, like red meat, beef and lamb and that sort of thing. I actually crave a steak every now and then. But chicken is my favourite. Chicken or salmon. Coke or Pepsi? Coke. Never liked Pepsi. I don't know, I think it's, my feeling is it's fizzier. It's more, that's just how it tastes to me. And the taste is flat, where Coke isn't. I don't know if that makes sense. Exceptional strength or intelligence? At the time of my life, I would like some strength. I used to be the one that people used to be shocked at what I could lift. But now I can hardly open some containers, so it's mainly because of my shoulder injury. But probably at this point in my life it would be intelligence. Get the good jobs. I don't know. I'm getting rather forgetful in my old age, in my decrepit old age. Give me a walking frame and I'd probably enjoy it. No, but yeah, probably intelligence at my time of life. Forgiveness or vengeance? Forgiveness. I'm not a very confrontational person, so vengeance wouldn't be something that I would even look at. These are all pick one. So free healthcare or free education? Well, at my age it'd be free education, but free healthcare. But years ago when Beck was little, it would have been free education. Halloween or Valentine's Day? Well, as I've said before, we don't celebrate Halloween, or we didn't when I was growing up. It's starting to be something these days, but when I was growing up, I hadn't even heard of it. So I would have to say Valentine's Day. iOS or Android? iOS for phones and iPads, and my laptop are iOS, and my computer, my desktop computer, yes, I work with computers, I'm very computer tech, both my desktop computer here and my desktop computer at work are Windows, and the reason I have the Windows one here at home is so I can work from home occasionally. So that's the way I roll. Kill or be killed? Be killed. Not that I'd like to be, but I don't think I could kill anyone. Meat or fish? Meat. Although I love smoked salmon and all the seafood you can think of, I don't have it that often, and I don't crave it like I do meat sometimes, so I'd have to say meat. Monopoly or chess? Monopoly. You can have more than 2 people playing Monopoly, and Monopoly is I used to play Monopoly with Beck when she was younger. We've got the standard Monopoly, we got the Australian Monopoly, and we have the World of Warcraft Monopoly, because we played World of Warcraft for years. I was only thinking the other day that because I was watching one of I think it might be Frittini, but I'm not 100% sure. One of her videos that was on WoW, and I thought, I might just get back into that, but I haven't as yet. Nike or Adidas, I don't know. I'm not into labels. Whichever shoe feels comfortable and is in the price range that I can afford to pay. And then they go Pepsi or Coca-Cola, so I've already done that one. Stripes or polka dots? Stripes, I think. Summer or winter? Can I pick spring? Summer's bloody hot. Some days of summer are just so hot. And winter sometimes, for us, I know it's nothing like some of the American states suffer, but you know, winter for me, I suppose cold is relative, but winter for me is just too cold. I mean, we don't get snow or anything like you guys do in some of the states in America, but yeah, too cold is too cold. Texting or phone calls? Phone calls, most definitely. My daughter loves to text, of course, that's her age group. But she sends me a text, and by the time I answer it, I'm getting question marks as to, you know, why I haven't answered it. And it's just because I'm so slow. I'm a one-finger texter. So I'm pretty slow. Vanilla or chocolate? Depends on what it is. If it's chocolate as in eating chocolate. If it's a smell, vanilla. Yeah. The chocolate is chocolate. Would you rather go bungee jumping or skydiving? Definitely skydiving. I'd never do it. I'd never get the guts to do it. Because I am so scared of heights. But I would love to jump out of a plane. Bungee jumping to me is something that I'd just be too scared to do. But skydiving, I think I've spoken about this before, skydiving would be really freeing. Make you feel good after you screamed your lungs out, you had no breath left. Yeah, I'd love to skydive, but I don't think I'd ever have the guts to do it. Would you rather always be overdressed or always be overdressed? Oh dear. I think that was the first answer that came to me, but depends on the situation. Like if you're at a wedding, or something similar, a wedding or a formal party or something like that, I would rather be overdressed than underdressed. But if it was just a barbecue or something and I went there in one of my work suits with the high heel shoes and full makeup and that sort of thing, I think I would rather be underdressed than overdressed at a barbecue. So I think that's situational. Same as a lot of things. Would you rather be a genius or be wealthy? I think if you're a genius, you would be wealthy because you'd invent something or run a company or that sort of thing. So I don't know, probably a genius. Would you rather be a hammer or a nail? I think that's very similar to kill or be killed. Probably the nail. Would you rather be a lonely genius or an idiot with a lot of friends? That is a good question. I think being lonely is not very good for you. It's difficult to live that way, I would say. And lonely to me is someone who has no family nor friends. So yeah, I don't think I'd like to be that. Probably an idiot with a lot of friends who is trying to better themselves, maybe. Would you rather be able to play 10 different instruments beautifully or speak 10 different languages fluently? Probably the 10 different languages. That would be helpful with diamond painting if you could speak Mandarin, Chinese. And I think it would help with business, especially in our area where Australia is, if you knew Cantonese as well. Cantonese as well as Mandarin and Indonesian. Because of course I'd already know English. And maybe German, I'm not sure. German's spoken in a lot of countries, or variations of German. So that might be a good idea. Would you rather deal with a crying baby or a sassy and spoilt child? That's a hard one too. They both have their downfalls. Probably a crying baby, because you could, well, I could with my daughter, you could figure out what sort of cry it was and try and fix it. Like she had like a hungry cry or a in pain cry because she had a lot of colic. And she had actually a dirty nappy cry that was a little bit different to the others. So with Beck you could sort of pick out what was wrong, where with a spoiled and sassy child that would be a little bit difficult to deal with, I would say. Would you rather do cardio or lift weights? Cardio. I wouldn't want to be a weightlifter and have a weightlifter's body. I'd rather do cardio and be toned and trim and terrific. Where are we up to? Gee, 40 minutes already. That's gone quick. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I haven't even checked that while the video's been going on. I'll do a few more questions and call it a day. Yes, I do vape. I think it's a lot better than smoking cigarettes. I think it's a lot better for you than smoking cigarettes. And I don't apologise for it. I feel a lot better since I've been vaping. But you can't buy the nicotine liquid in Australia. I have to buy that, or I buy mine from America. So if someone has a really good vape juice supplier that's online, I'd like to know. There's a couple I use, I think it's called Central Vapors at the moment, and there's a couple of flavours there that I like, but nothing extraordinary, and I like to try different flavours. So if anybody has any suggestions for websites for vapors, please let me know, and I will certainly go and have a look and probably purchase some. I don't want ones that I have to mix myself if I can avoid it. But ones that are already mixed and have different nicotine strengths. So I can pick the strength I want and the flavour I want, and off you go. I always spill the ones that you got to mix for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, I might take that one off. I don't know why that's. Oh, there's a little bit of junk. Put it in my junk bottle. I think I might call the end of it when I finish this line, because I've got to go back into the middle of the painting, and I'd have to set the camera up again for the middle of the painting, because I've just done the 310s along this strip, and because I just so love doing 310s, I've left the colours, so to speak, because the colour in this is greys, different colour greys, and I think there was one bag of white. Yeah, I just did all the 310s across this strip. I'm nearly halfway, which is great. Not that I really mind doing the 310s, it's just I'm a colour person, and I love doing the colour ones rather than these black and greys. lucky last drill. And thank you for taking the time to listen to this. I'll just take this stuff off. Show you a little bit of, turn this off. We've done that little strip in this video. There's the middle. Knock things over. There's the middle that I'll be starting on. Shortly around here, the face or the skull part. And I've done the 310s on the other side. So there she blows. I hope to talk to you all soon, and don't forget to like and subscribe and click the little bell. What? There's a rogue 310 there. Like and subscribe and click the little alarm button so that when I do another video you'll get notification that I've done one, and you can come and watch the next one. That one wasn't so emotionally difficult, the last one was, but yeah, I'd rather be open and honest than so that you can get to know me a bit better rather than being a closed shop. And one thing I would like to say, these Evermoment paintings are just beautiful to work with. Like, these aren't popping drills that I'm pushing in now. These are drills that I haven't pushed in properly when I did them. And I can just feel them when I run my hands over them. I'll get the rolling pin out when I'm finished, but normally when I finish a bit of a section I just run my hand over and just make sure that there's no drills sitting up. But yeah, these Evermoment paintings are just beautiful. This one's only a 13 colour because of what it is, but even so, you know, it's just beautiful to work with. And I just that's the one thing. I did a big anniversary painting for Mum and Dad. I did their wedding photo, which was 60 years ago, which is diamond anniversary, which is why I thought I'd do it, because it's diamond painting, diamond anniversary. And that was a Huey can, and like whenever I go over there I take my tools to open the back up and push some more diamonds in that have fallen out, and it's just like it's all framed and everything, but diamonds, and even sealed twice. I sealed it twice when I did it, but they're still popping off, so nothing worse than popping drills, especially on something that I spent so much time on. It like it took me 3 months to do, because it was a fairly big painting, and for it to look the way it does, I'm really disappointed. But not to worry, can't do anything about it now unless I do it again and do an Evermoment one. That's the only way I could fix it, I think. But anyway, I'll talk to you really soon, and I hope you have a great day, morning or evening, or whatever time you are watching this, and I hope to talk to you really soon again. Bye bye for now.